Hey everyone, Jim T. Graham, RCGroups.com. Matt Gunn is joining us. I see his little avatar right there. What's happening, Matt Gunn? We're totally live right now.
Oh, hey, how'd we go live that fast?
Well, it was 2 o'clock.
Oh, man, well, that's a first.
I looked up, it was 1:40, and I was doing some stuff, and then I looked up and it was 2, and I'm like, ba-bambo.
Yeah. Hold on. I got somebody
Well, we can let him come in. You work on that over there.
hold on, I got somebody special that also wants to come in. You don't know who this is gonna be.
Oh, no, it's not who I thought was coming in. It's somebody new.
Yeah, it's somebody new. All right.
Well, I have 2 guesses.
Hold on. Here he is. You ready?
Oh. Let me present on that while I talk about it. Okay, so we might be missing someone. This is what Jason Cole will look like in 20 years. Actually, what the hell? Jason Cole is here.
Hey, Jason.
What's up?
It's Jason Cole, and the reason he's not here really, although he looks like he's here, is because he had 89 teeth taken out of his head yesterday, and we have the video.
We do.
Jason, we didn't expect you to come on, man.
You gonna show it, or do you want me to show it?
Okay, I think your way is better. We had a way of it. Okay, before you hit play, let me set this up. So Jason ran into some adult tooth issues. He had some impacted wisdom teeth. I'm going to talk for him since I bet he would prefer not to. And his doctor was like, dude, you better do it now. So Jason waited till after Oskosh and had all these 4 teeth taken out. But I kept saying jokingly, I've got to see the video of you after you come home while you're on whatever drugs they give those people.
Yeah.
And Jason surprised me. I was not expecting it, and you did it.
Well, here's the best part. I didn't know I did it.
You shouldn't. And
that's what's
based
wrong
on how you were talking and going, gauze in my mouth. I don't expect you to remember anything. And I had my teeth taken out too. It wasn't nearly as bad as you. Like,
so my wife said a couple things. So when I don't remember anything after the time they put the IV in my arm and they said it's just going to happen pretty quick. I don't remember anything after that until I was at home on the couch in my underwear. And I don't remember anything. And she said I tried to fist pound the doctor.
What?
And instead of fist pounding him, I grabbed his hand and went gear shift.
Nice.
No idea. And then I did this video in the car. She said I reached around in her bag and grabbed my phone and made this video. I have no remembrance of doing this at all.
So shall we play the video?
Here we go.
It's a good thing you brought in that phone.
I brought in my iPad here. All right, here we go.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Jason. I am done, and I have the gauze on. We're heading home, I think.
You are headed home.
And I'm super sleepy.
Super.
So far, no pain. When did they say I could get my medicine?
This afternoon.
This afternoon I can get how long?
Just put it in front of your face, Jason.
How long till medicine?
Yeah, right there.
Like 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. So, thanks for your prayers. I love you guys.
You sound like a goalkeeper.
Now. I got it in my mouth.
Okay, tell him goodbye.
Bye.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what 4 teeth removed from your head sounds like.
Oh, that was crazy, man.
Well, the good news is you must really love us because you said that while high as a cat.
Yeah. I was like, hey, it's okay. And it feels, I mean, I still feel like sore and swollen. And
oh, yeah.
You look like you're sunburnt.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that sunburn from, buddy?
This was an Oshkosh nose burn right there.
Oh, yeah, I know. Believe really.
Yeah.
I was telling you to put sunscreen on.
Mecca, what's the word on our special guest other than Jason Cole?
Well, our special guest is a 2-time award-winning Nobel Peace Prize in RC aircraft relations. No, I'm just kidding. He should be coming on here in just a second. So
Right,
we'll let him surprise us.
On RC News, I have bags of joy.
Nice.
Thank gosh.
I lost all my Tiny Whoop batteries in Oshkosh, and when I came home, there were teenagers upstairs, and I was going to Tiny Whoop right up there into their faces, and then I realized I had no batteries, so it's been a week now, just about. Well, not a week. I got those, by the way, in case you want to know where to buy Tiny Whoop batteries, from, I believe it was on Amazon, but it was Helly Nation.
Back it up.
Back it up. I like the way you work it.
Nice.
I like the way you work now. Hey, I was reading a thing about RC podcast, and jibber jabbering. And, there are a lot of podcasts, and podcasts are actually speaking. So you must jibber jabber. Otherwise, it's kind of weird. But my question is to all of our users, do you like our jibber jabber? Would you rather us do a news format that's singular and documentary news style today at 4 o'clock, that kind of deal? Shoot me a PM on RCGroups and let me know if you like the way we do the podcast, if you have suggestions, whatever. I am open to suggestions. And I can't believe we didn't remove his teeth live on the air.
I know. I don't know if we could do a podcast without jibber jabber. But ladies and gentlemen, speaking of jibber jabber, it's Jason Cohen,
the king of jibber jabber.
Am I really? Is that my label now?
Yeah.
It went from hash brown to the king of jibber jabber.
Tell us how you got the name hash brown. Tell everyone else that doesn't know.
So back in my day. So back in my day, back in the age of RC aircraft.
Right. Was that
back
like
in that long
2013s?
Oh, back in the ancient. I remember back when we had metal antennas sticking out of our radio. Back in those days. No, so last year we were at Seth, and I was sitting at the table with a few of the guys, and Kim Quinnett. He every single day we went to these the Waffle Houses at the Waffle Houses down in Georgia, right?
House.
Let me just drop a reference. Kim Quinnett, the coolest guy in RC.
He is pretty hip.
Anyway, there you are at the Waffle House eating your taters.
My wonderful waffles, and every single day I ordered hash browns, and I made a point to ask the waitress or waiter to make them crispy. And I wanted them crispy, so every day I got them crispy. And this one day,
I want some right now.
They didn't get them crispy. No. Hey, where you are, it's early. It's 9 o'clock where I am.
At night?
9 p.m. Yeah.
Not at night.
Yeah, I'm across the world right now. I'm in South Africa.
You were in South Africa. Anyway, continue with the hash brown.
So I'm sitting down and we're eating. So today was the day it was the demo day, and I really, really wanted some good, nice, crispy hash browns. And what do? They mess them up. But they don't really mess them up. They give them to Kim. So Kim's like, you know what, hash brown and he pulled it out of nowhere. And he's like, you know what, hash brown, quit it. He's like, I got them today, not you. Sucks. Wow. So that's where it came from. And then it just got. And then I made the silliest mistake. I made a big deal about it, and that's how it stuck. It had nothing to do with RC too.
I guess my name should be Bacon.
Oh yeah. If you go into the military, that can be your call sign, hash brown.
There you go.
Yeah.
But quickly, well, speaking about Kim, I want to make a quick shout out. Good luck to him at the Drone Nationals in New York.
Well, we're covering the Drone Nationals.
Racing Drone Nationals?
Yeah, he booked a flight like 4 hours before, and he's like, I'm going. So good luck to him.
I'll bet that was expensive.
Hey, we got boots on the ground.
Yeah, we have folks at the Drone Nationals, and if you want to check out photos and hopefully some videos, you can check it out in our FPV section and our channels, and it should be going out in the mass email tomorrow, so you can go check that out.
Jason, are you about to unveil some sort of awesome statue behind you right there underneath that white cover? Is that like an homage to RCGroups?
No, it's just I don't know what it is. No, it's not. Unfortunately, it's
Is it
not
a
like
painting
those really.
of you?
No, I wish. No. That's coming next week.
Right on, right on.
So I have to say, flying RC in Africa, it's a tough country. It's
Oh, you went Ashley on us there.
Now, can you speak
Oh.
Afrikaans?
No, my mom does that. No, but
Yeah.
flying in South Africa, it's crazy. These guys are ridiculous. They throw up anything. Oh my god.
They go, hey, bro.
Before we go there, let's talk about who we're talking to. This is Jason Cohen. Now, we met you originally working with High Tech. The last time I ran into you, you were at Joe Nall working the JR Americas booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was upstanding us with his 4 flags on his golf cart, beating our 2 flags. Go on.
How to do it, and they were the big ones. No, I was surprised I didn't hit trees. That's what I was surprised about. I think I maybe clipped one, and that was at the beginning before I got used to it. But I mean, I was going back and forth to that 3D line, main line, quite often. So I don't know. I just couldn't let you guys. I've seen pictures of your cart, and your RCGroups mobile cart, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
I can't let them have all the fun.
But back when we only had, it was just me, so there was only one cart, so I call it festooned with flags. But now we have like 4 golf carts, and I have to share the flag wealth. That's why I was beat out.
It's the RCGroups fleet.
It is.
It is.
And then behind me, you'll see the new RCGroups golf cart. So,
Here, let me click over to you. There you go. There's that
Right back
beautiful
here.
golf cart sign.
right there.
That's become a staple of the podcast.
And I'm using my Billy Hell pointer.
That is a weird pointer, Jim.
Thank you. I use this to point at things.
Just don't point at some don't
Don't
point at the
scratch your
lady
eye
at the
with-
post office with that.
So, Jason, why the heck are you in South Africa, my brother?
No, so we're visiting so we're here. We're visiting all of our family out here, and it's crazy. It's a 36-hour long plane ride, and oh my gosh, when you get here, you're just so tired. But then I have to bring the essentials with me when I come, such as my radio and receivers and all that, and then I have my whole stuff that the clothes and the whatnots, the extras.
The whatnots. Did you
But
bring
you
your
have to come
hat
prepared.
with you?
My hat? What
Where's
hat?
Your California hat. You're always California style.
I don't do. No, I didn't bring my hat.
No. Dang.
Your Sean Spiker
No.
hat. That's what he's trying to say.
That's why I have my hat.
Oh,
on.
that one. No. I actually didn't bring any hat because I don't like the hassle of bringing a hat on an airplane because then I lose it. It sounds petty, but it's really frustrating.
I wear a cowboy hat on an airplane.
Oh, there it is.
Commitment.
Nice.
That's your Nashville, Tennessee hat right there.
That's my newest one. You want to
Well,
see?
Jason, you don't even need a hat, man. You're rocking the pompadour almost. You know what the pompadour is?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
What you
Just
have
Google
in
it
your
later.
I'll just smile and nod. I got that one.
This is my hat from when I was 15 years old.
Nice.
Yeah, those things on the end are hollow point 22s. I dug out of the ground and crimped onto some leather.
That is one old hat.
Oh wow.
Yeah, baby, that's a real damn deal.
I bet it. Does it have like a tinge to it?
A tinge? Are you kidding me? Look at it. It's not even white anymore.
Oh, that used to be white, not the color of cowhide?
Yeah, that's sweat.
Oh, that's
It's
brutal.
not old. It's tailored.
It's something.
It's got character.
Okay, the internet people have me paranoid about not talking about RC, so we better get on the RC topic, not sweat.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
No,
Sorry,
I
RC
think
groups.
I'm the one who brought up the hats. I'm the instigator of non-RC discussion on the RC chat.
You want me to lead off with
I've
what
got
else?
one RC topic whenever
Oh,
you
go
guys
for it.
want me
Let's
to
go with Jason, because I think he's going to fall asleep here in a minute. Let's
Yeah,
see.
he's kind of looking a little peaked.
Which Jason?
Me.
Oh, the one that just got the teeth yanked out of his head.
Oh,
You'll have to
that
watch
right-
the beginning of this video, Jay, to see the video.
I'll
Watch
see.
the video.
I'll
to see the
go
video.
back. I'll go back later.
Yeah, I'm definitely not complete. But anyway, so this is the Diatone Tyrant, right? And it normally has a low profile deal, but I've got the Connex ProSight HD system. So there's the camera.
Carnival cruise ship.
I was going to say you should call it the Enchantment of the Skies.
So I guess the only problem, I thought like these weren't going to last, they're definitely going to get destroyed and all this stuff. I'm not worried about that, but you can hit gates, tops of gates that you would normally miss. You're going to be probably tagging them, so you may want to go a little bit lower. However, this thing is going to be pretty durable. So it is a rubber. It moves around.
Pretty awesome.
You're not going to be able to really break this thing very easily. So I'm not worried about toughness from that standpoint. So that's going to be pretty cool. Now I did want to do on all my other Connex systems. I've got like a monitor and a ground station and a tripod and all this stuff. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make it a little easier. So I took my new Goggles 1.
Wow! Whoa, Statue of Liberty.
What is that? That's crazy.
I have to have a picture of that. Now I don't.
Hold that up. All right, put it on.
So now I put this on,
and I want to take a picture. Yeah, right there.
This is a screenshot right here.
Look at that.
Now
I swear, man, you're the Lady Liberty.
I guess you won't get brain cancer from the receiver. It's a transmitter that'll toast your noggin.
So this way I could have got full HD on a 1080p screen, even though the Connex is only putting out 720. But it looks really, really, really nice inside these goggles. And then it's still, as portable as running 5.8, but now I've got HD FPV. So I've only done tests on it right after we got back from Oskosh in my room. I haven't had a chance to go out and fly. I had to deal with this teeth thing. And
I hate to tell you this, Jason, but you didn't really test those goggles. You just streamed it in your drug state.
Oh, my gosh. So
that is the most awesome thing I've ever seen, including we ran into Chris from MultiGP at Oskosh, and he had the Glyph headset, which, by the way, I've been in correspondence with them. I don't know if anything's going to come of that. But the Glyph was awesome, but that is a crown of glory.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, I just like that it can be all in one, and I've got a dual basically connector set up, so I only plug in one battery, and it powers the monitor and the receiver. So pretty cool. Excited about that. I can't wait to go out and test fly it and be able to write the review the next week or so.
As my daughter would say, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, she's into that now.
This is so weird. I feel so below, like my face is so swollen, like looking at it.
It really is.
First time I've really
It's okay. You still look semi-normal.
I still look like a dude.
Hey,
right?
Put his picture back up, Matt God.
Ready? Can you see me? That's what Jason looked like earlier. Okay, so in The Hangover, when he gets up the next morning and he's got the camera attached to him and he's walking around the room stumbling over the chicken and he's got that first-person view camera looking up. That's what you look like right now. When you're driving around, it's like, what? Pretty good stuff.
It reminds me of I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Very mafioso.
He does have that mafioso.
Okay, either the UPS man is here or someone's breaking into my house. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, Christmas.
Yeah.
So here's my latest toy. There we go. Look at this, guys.
Oh yeah, baby.
Where's that from? It looks familiar.
It's the right wing.
Right.
I kind of want the mini Drac if he ever comes out with that.
I know, right?
That thing's pretty dang big.
I'll put it on my head here.
It looks
What's
good
the
though.
wingspan on that?
60 inches.
Have you flown it yet?
Yes.
Flies good, doesn't it?
Everything you would imagine and more. So this is how you launch it. You hold it. Here, let me stand up.
I've only seen like the hand-built prototypes. I've never seen the production ones.
So you hold it like this.
That ain't right.
All right. So you hold it just like this. You go full throttle, and you literally just let go. Like
yeah.
that. And it flies.
So it has a lot of power.
It has a lot of power, well over 1-to-1. So here's the.
Is that Klingon-based technology, or?
It really is. So this bad boy is set up, and it's interesting. you look on the back here, that's holding the. This thing is so hard to maneuver in here. It's held together. Those are Velcro. That's Velcro that holds the wings on.
Oh, wow.
But it works. It literally works. There's no chance of it coming apart no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And it holds the wings tight on there. They split apart. This is, there we go. All right, so I got a linear antenna, not an Omni. This is not a circular polarized. That's a linear polarized from Dragon Link on 1.2. And then I got the Dragon Link transmitter over here, or the receiver. And I use that directional Yagi on it. So awesome machine, man. Really awesome machine.
Only flying within line of sight, right?
Only flying within line of sight. Good call, Jason. Seriously, though, that is all I've done. I have not taken it far away. I don't really do that anymore because you can't. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. I don't want to be that guy. So I flew when I'm dialing it in. I'm flying over top of the field, just doing laps back and forth from one end to the other. And line of sight's pretty far on this thing. You can get it out there and you can still see it. So I'd go out, come back, just do the racetrack pattern. And it's got a 5S. Here's the pack. Check this out. It's a 5S 8000.
Wow, you don't want to smoke that pack.
So the reality is that I flew for 30 minutes just over the field in at about half throttle, varying, full throttle for launch, half throttle here and there. Flew for 30 minutes and used 6,000 milliamps out of 8,000, and cumulative distance over the field was 22 miles.
Wow.
So I did 22 miles worth of laps above the field.
What autopilot system did you say you have?
A Vector.
The Vector, yeah.
Yeah, so I got the full Vector in there, set up. It is, this thing is all that. And the cool thing is that I went full throttle just for a blip, and the cruise is about 35, 40 miles an hour ground speed. So I just went full throttle real quick and instantly looked at the airspeed ladder, and it was at 90. Oh, wow. So it just jumps up to 90 miles an hour like that. And then you pull back on it all the way almost to idle, and it starts getting a little bit nose heavy, or it starts getting a little bit, start pulling back and back. And you can cruise, I think landing is about 18 to 21 miles an hour. So it's pretty crazy flight envelope.
Pretty good.
It's awesome airplane.
Yep.
Tell them what else you bought. Whip out the big box.
Oh, yeah. I already pulled this one out of the box and started building it. So this is my own. Got myself a little Bixler 3.
Cool. I think everybody should own this bird.
So
FPV especially.
Here, if you look in the corner, and let's point. Okay, there you go. Right up there. There. That's the Bixler 2. And then
this is Hobby King, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I decided to get a Bixler. I decided to retire the Bixler 2 and get this guy here because it's got a little bit bigger wingspan. It's got the landing gear, which I
love it.
Taking advantage of flying from parking lots when I do FPV and stuff like that.
How much was that frame?
Altogether, it's servos, ESC, motor, $108.
That is awesome. I mean, who couldn't? If you're into RC, you could definitely afford that. And let me just say, as a guy who has multiple FPV winged craft, I want to take off and land. I want to put it on the runway, sit down in a chair, put my goggles on, and go. Ooh, and then I want to land it too. It's half fun.
Comes with this nice.
No way. Awesome.
Yeah, if you want to use this, it comes with it. However, I'm going to put my camera on here.
Right.
I ended up buying a RunCam Owl Plus, the new RunCam.
Yeah, nice.
$49. Bought that off of eBay for $49.
Give us some specs on that thing, because I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, it's a 700 TVL. Right, Jason? Cole?
I don't remember. It's been a while. It's really for low light night flying and stuff. It looks pretty good during the day, but all the colors and everything are different.
Well, it turns trees purple. And
here's the deal. It's changed. The new Owl. I was looking at the reviews of the RunCam Al Plus versus the original RunCam,
Mm-hmm.
and they changed it. So it's no longer IR sensitive. They did the IR block on it, and it somehow, I don't know how, but it still gives the exceptional night performance, but it also has the good colors of the daytime. So the RunCam Al Plus is I'm looking now. RunCam Al Plus. They're not giving me any specs on the. Here it is. No, here's the Plus. Okay, so it's a 700 TBL, 150 degree wide angle, very wide angle.
Wow.
It is.
I like that.
Minimum illumination 0.0001 lux at f1.2. That's pretty darn good. And it's IR blocked. So that means that it's going to have really good colors during the day. Yep, so this is going to be an interesting build. This is just all fun, not anything I am doing for a review. Just kind of wanted to buy a plane. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
We all just want to buy planes.
That's it, man. And that's all I got. That's all my toys.
So Jim, what came in the box?
That's what he was talking about.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that's what he showed me the box this morning.
Yeah, he usually, somehow we always end up having a UPS man arrive during a live broadcast.
That was actually my wife asking me why I locked the front door.
Nice.
Oh.
That's why the dogs are going crazy.
Tell her because you live in 2016.
I just want to be in the basement while the front door is unlocked and wide open. That's my dream. Hey,
Jason Cohen, you got anything?
Me?
Yeah, man, you.
Me? Which? I mean, well, not next to me. I'm in Africa right now.
How's the RC scene over there?
The RC, it was crazy. So I went with my uncle. My uncle's a big RC guy. He flies a lot of pattern and scale stuff. He's into that. He's not into the 3D stuff. But so we went to a glider event this weekend, and you see these old gliders. Like, I don't know if you know an ASK-18, one of those old gliders. So there's those type. I mean, it's not like the new stuff. People don't really bring the new types of gliders. They bring like these big old ones. And here there's a lot. Almost every single person is a builder, as opposed to an ARF builder. So they scratch build, and it's really some of what they build is truly amazing. I mean, and then you see these amazing things. Then you see the tow planes, and the tow planes at a glider event, nobody could get their tow plane started.
Oh,
so no. And for a glider that needs a tow, it really doesn't help very much for a plane that can't get one.
Yeah,
somebody eventually got it started, but they have like these old engines on them, but the actual planes are really amazing. Then we went up to a giant hill, and went slope soaring. So that's fun.
Oh, cool. That's my favorite.
I mean, slope soaring, that was fun. And I mean, it's on this beautiful hill right over the ocean. So you have a hill, you have the golf course and a stadium, and then you have the ocean. So I mean, it's one of the best places to get footage, and it's truly amazing. And then after that, in the evening, we go down to a full-scale runway, and we go, see a full-scale Yak 55, and so that was pretty fun. But I mean, there is a lot of RC around here, and the amount of effort that goes into some of these scratch-built planes. I mean, just taking these tiny rivets and making sure, even though it's a small plane, like I know you can see it here, but I mean, this is every single plane, if you can imagine that, and it's ridiculous. These planes are truly, they're an art piece.
So do you think that the lack of ARFs has to do with the crazy shipping to South Africa from the States and stuff like that?
I don't know, because you do get planes, like you do get Pilot RC. Pilot RC is a big one around here, but it is a lot more expensive. But these are the old school type folks. There is that group of, by the ARFs, but it's a lot of the, I know my uncle, he started building when he was 10 or 11, and that's when he started building, that's all he really knew. But I feel that it's a different, type of RC community. It's less about flying here and more about building. And, I don't know if I could say that for the States where it's, because I think there is still that group of people that likes to scratch build, but it's really a different type of crowd. When you go over, instead of having, a flying event, they'll have a building event where people just build, and it's just the craftsmanship that goes into it. It's amazing.
Now, is there a modeling authority, sort of, or a group, sort of like
the AMA?
Our AMA in South Africa?
There is. It's like a South African National Model Aviation group or something, and they do have their group, but it's completely it's different.
Yeah.
And here there's almost, you think of Joe Nall, what's the Joe Nall of South Africa? Well, the Joe Nall of South Africa is about 40 people getting together and flying airplanes.
That's
but
awesome.
I mean,
yeah.
One thing that's kind of cool though is there's this club that's not very far away from us, and my uncle's the chairman of it, and this is what it's called, the Breakfast Club Who Sometimes Flies.
There you go.
Yeah, right.
So it's really not based on flying. It's based more on friendships and building. So for that aspect, I find it quite interesting. But those airplanes that you see at like Toledo and AMA that sit on the show tables for the competition.
Sure,
It's like every single one of those planes, though. I mean, it is truly just crazy.
Nice.
And then I feel like a total, well, you can just buy, this cover, and people get so offended by if I say, bring anything up about, hey, why don't you get an ARF? It takes a lot less time.
Now, is there any 3D hucking over there?
There's a few guys, but not really. No, it's not a big thing around here. Which I want to change that. But a lot of people like their ways, and they like, the scale. Scale is a big one here. They don't have contests like we do. They don't have their IMAC. They don't have their IMAC here.
Tell me you brought your paraglider.
Oh, of course. Come on.
Did you take it on the slope?
Oh, absolutely.
It was so cool on the slope.
Oh, it was amazing. It was you know who I flew it with? I flew it with the full size paragliders.
Nice.
So I have a picture where it's just right up next to them, where it looks like they're the same thing, but mine doesn't have a person in it.
We gotta get you a pilot in there, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to take your Woody idea though. So I need Woody and Jesse. So I need to figure out something else.
There's plenty of stuff.
There's plenty. Yeah, but I want to figure out something unique and specialized.
Yeah.
To like not too crazy, but something fun.
I would go with G.I. Joe, I think.
G.I. Joe. See, I'm at that age where I don't even know what a G.I. Joe is.
You can take that picture that Matt has of me.
I'm at that age where I'm
picking
up G.I. Joe.
I'm sure a G.I. Joe looks like Jason. And then you put an RCGroups shirt on him.
That's right.
There you go.
And they have that place at Toledo where you can get a 3D scan of yourself and make a pilot figure of yourself.
Dude, I have that.
I just had a better idea. I think you need to have that done of Miss Ashley, and then have Miss Ashley be the person.
There you go.
Now, that's a winning combination.
I've got file here on my desktop of my 3D face. I can't find it.
How about that scary painting of you?
Oh, yeah, man. You guys want to see the scary painting of Matt? Here we go.
Let's see it.
Matt when he's 50.
This is really, I thought it was Matt right now. There you go. Does that look like me?
Let me present to you.
That's exact right there.
Does that look like me?
I love the use of open space at the top.
Yeah.
I'm sure
my buddy painted this. His name is Troy Watzel, and he travels around the country and does paintings of all of his Facebook friends on his own dime. And he,
I'm sure he did that on purpose like that.
Oh yeah. This is Matt au naturel. You like it?
Jason's got to go to the bathroom.
Uh-oh. There you go. Some dog tried to get in. No, I can't find I can't find my 3D head that someone did of me. It's around here somewhere.
I think what we should do is talk about Oskosh, but before we go there, I have a couple of things I want to show. I don't think anyone's seen this in person. Check this out. It's the antler version.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Matt Gunn. This is just a file off of where, Matt?
I got that off of Thingiverse.
And so we printed up a couple of these.
Printed up the mount, too. It was a tight fit, but it fits.
Yes.
It looks nice.
So that happened, and then this came in the mail yesterday. So this is the brother to the Tiny Whoop. This is the Nano QX2 FPV.
What'd you get that for?
They needed it reviewed, and I said, well, I kind of do these kind of reviews, so I said, well, I'll take it. Here's the interesting part.
It flies good.
Is it's bind and fly, so it's running off my DX9, and it's got a 5.8 transmitter, and I have a special treat for everyone.
Treat us.
Let me go share my screen here. All right. Can everyone see? Am I presenting?
Let's see. You are presenting.
All right. Let me hit the play button, and we can take a ride on the Nano from my office into the living room where there's a teenage girl. Let me see.
Wow. Are you actually flying that signal?
You know what? This is not what it looked like. That's what it looks like on the signal.
All right.
So
the DVR just doesn't. It's a different receiver, so.
You know what? It really didn't look that way.
Yeah, you're seeing better in your goggles than you're getting on your DVR receiver.
Right. So there it is. Let's go ahead and go up the stairs. So there's the coat machine.
I do need a tour of your house.
This is the official house tour.
Yeah.
You've already done my house tour.
So this is it, going up the stairs. We're going into the kitchen now.
Oh, you did that floor, didn't you?
Yeah, I did the floor and I did the kitchen this way after I flooded it.
It looks all right.
Truman's making noodles. Here. Don't fly too near the noodle.
Oh, watch out! It's the hot part.
I almost landed. Hot plate.
Hot plate.
So here's our red, black, and white International Harvester kitchen. I fly through the cut-through hole there.
Oh, your signal got pretty good once you got away from here.
Yeah, I had.
Is this video slowed down by half or something?
Oh, Jason, that's rude. Oh, is that a heater?
No, that's my jukebox.
Really?
Your what?
I have
you
a jukebox.
Yeah,
it's cool. Yeah.
This is my.
It's cool like that.
That's my fold-out wall, and that piano belonged to Waylon Jennings, producer. So I'm sure
Jim has a gun that killed an elephant, and then the handle was made out of the elephant.
That's right. That's made out of a Chevrolet 65 pickup right there. That bench. Here, Reed. Right. And now we're going to see what happens when your children grow into young adults.
There's the liquor cabinet, not even contained. Well, there's an arrow pointing to it.
Look on the couch. It's a teenager at large. That's all she does, man.
She knows that you're hovering over her head.
Hey, Jim, move your cursor. There you go.
Sorry, y'all. Dang, that was about half the video. I did that.
You flew yourself upstairs. I thought you were FPVing the whole thing.
I did too.
She's like, dude, get away from me.
Dad.
My sister would have just hit it out of the sky.
Dad.
That's a nice TV.
I bought that by accident at Home Depot. I thought I was buying a $1,000 TV, and when I got up, it was not a $1,000 TV, but the line was so long, I started sweating, and I just bought it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I wound up with that television.
Is that a cat?
The cat's like, I'm out of here.
The cat's
out
like,
of here.
Yeah, try to get the pattern on that floor right. I had to lay it out in the living room. All right, I think we've seen enough of this.
It was a nice house tour.
Here's the workshop. This is where I make all my leather and build airplanes.
This is where you make. This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, and look, there's a dog in that little door poking her nose out at me. What the hell?
In there?
Yeah. There's
what room is that?
That's where the wife sits. And
That's her work area. Yeah.
This is the J.T. Graham office. Bullets. There's a rifle up there on the top wall.
Man, yeah, it's one clean office.
Well, I just cleaned it after the Oskosh expedition. The end.
Nice. Speaking of, can I share screen real quick?
Yeah, man.
All right, here we go. Screen share. Full screen. Here we go. All right, can you see this video right here?
Yes.
It's infinity, and you need to select that singularly.
Is that okay? Is it okay like this, or does it need to move?
Nah, it's
Okay.
fine. See, his is janky too, like mine was janky.
I'll slide it over like this. All right, so this is exploring our house, and I'm following Jason. He's in the lead, and he's way too fast for me.
Oh, this is the house in Oshkosh.
Yeah.
What?
This is-
You guys got a house out there?
Yeah, man.
For the big show, the full-scale Oshkosh.
There goes Jason. He just pushed it straight up into upstairs. So we
It
go
was so
over here.
fun flying in there.
Yeah, it was a lot of space to explore.
Oh, y'all went in all the bedrooms. I never even went upstairs.
We went into the closet in the back. My signal was incredible. Like, this is all the way into the back of the house. We're up. Watch this. All right, this is the intimate view into somebody's closet, and then back out. And the signal's still kicking, man.
That's insane, man.
That's because Jason cut that 5.8 linear off and put that on there and made it longer. We had to do emergency surgery on the Tiny Whoop because we let a gentleman fly it who has never flown before.
But he was a full-scale pitch pilot.
Yeah, well, here's where we get tangled, me and Jason. Boom! Watch this. See ya! We let this guy fly it, and he learned to fly it right there. But he beat the bejesus out of it until he broke the antenna off.
Well, it's better after the mod because maybe that'd be a cool.
It is.
mod.
It is totally better after the mod.
Well, I will say this: the Inductrix will allow you to bump into walls and keep going, whereas the this little thing just grabs onto stuff.
I love.
Yeah.
I love this thing. I actually had to order a new frame. It just shipped because, again, he broke the frame by mistake too. Boom. So I'm like, where are you, Jason? And so I go in this room, and then here's Jason all by himself in the corner over there. I'm like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
So he's like, hey, come. He goes, hey, come sit on top of the fan. So he's up on top of the fan. I think we get into each other. Boom! He knocks me down. I'm like,
wash.
so I go back up, and there he is again, trying to go sit on top of the fan blades. Look at him.
We could have a whole YouTube channel just like this with voiceover.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if we fast forward a little bit, let's see. Here we are screwing around.
What with the screwing around and all.
Yeah.
So that's the living room.
Yeah. Here's Jason pre-surgery. There we are trying to knock each other out of the air.
You know, I was flying off that. You know that little diatone, not diatone, Eachine hybrid kind of goggle monitor set that I reviewed a while back.
Yeah.
That's what I was using for my FPV thing with a linear antenna on it. It was just using the monitor part, just sitting in front of me, and the signal was awesome.
So you're saying I need to put a linear on my one of my channels?
I didn't know I didn't see a huge difference when we stuck that linear on there. Did you?
Well, I'm talking about the receiver side. So
That's
when
what I meant,
in my house, when I run a circular polarized antenna on my receiver, the video signal is pretty janky all through my house. But when I put the linear on it, it's a whole lot better. It's just a higher gain, and it's just the reflections and stuff is just not really noticeable. It just does a much better job in this environment.
Yeah. Jason Cohen, do you have a Tiny Whoop?
A Tiny Whoop?
That was what you were just watching, those videos.
This.
Oh, no. No, I need the little inductor. No, after watching these videos, now I'm tempted to get one. I need to get one.
You should. I was tempted to do it too, and I just kept holding out until Jason finally said, here's the link, buy the dang thing before it goes out of stock again, and you got to wait another month. So I did. It was like $129, ready to fly, even included a battery.
Really?
And it's totally worth it, man. It's like, I don't know, where you see where the Pokemon takes the game. Pokemon Go takes the gaming pasty white pale kids and takes them outside. The Tiny Whoop goes from outside and brings you inside and makes you pasty and pale again. Right?
So it's an equalizer.
Yeah, thanks.
What if the makers of Pokemon Go, what if we had a something similar like that for the Tiny Whoops where we could
Where you can
see
fly
things? Well, you could see things in your house or in your yard.
Augmented reality FPV, that would be crazy.
And then you fly to the thing and you get points that are scored up on the up in the sky somewhere.
It's
kind of like the Sky Gates in the Vector, right?
Yeah, it's the Sky Gates in the Vector, although it's pretty rudimentary. It still is UI gates or generated gates. Pretty cool.
Top 10 scores when you finish running the set of gates, and your time goes up. You get to see who the top 10 guys are. You try to fight your way to the top 10. You get FPV fame right out of your own house. Hello, is anyone listening out there in the FPV world? Oh my gosh, come on.
I think that's a really good idea.
We did talk to some RC people at Oskosh, which we're going to now move into, and I did get some insider RC information on things that are coming out, and I can't talk about it. They didn't really talk about anything to me, but I could tell by the way they were not answering certain questions what was going on. So there's some cool stuff coming out. So Oskosh, Jason Cohen, do you know about it? Ever thought about it?
Oh, I dream about it. I mean, come on, that's my. Come on, that's my every night dream. No, I've wanted to go for years now, and I've heard it's amazing. I've seen all the videos. My goal is to one day fly into there, on a plane. But no, I wanted to go for a very long time. It's one of the coolest. I think it's one of the coolest places. That's like the full-scale Joe Null right there.
Only times 1,000.
Times 1,000. Easy. I
was able to call the guys and say, look, we need to have a team meeting. There's something I have to tell you. And they all got online, and then I said, we're going to Oskosh. So none of us really knew what that meant except Jason, who had been before. And when we walked in the door, man, it was like every corner on the main drag was a major airline company owned it. So you would see, tell them what they would see, Mecca, and you knew every airplane that we saw.
It's like I said in my wrap-up article, it took me at least an hour to comprehend the vastness of this place. After I got in there, and then we would turn a corner, and I would say, oh, I can see some sort of end. But then we would get to that end, and it would be another mile of stuff that was past that in every direction. So when you go into the main gate, after you get shuttled there, it's like a 10-minute shuttle ride because there's so many airplanes parked everywhere and people everywhere. You get in the main gate, and it's all the big-time vendors, your Pipers, your Continental Engines, Cirrus, Honda, Cessna, everything that you can imagine that's mainstream general aviation had a spot on what I would call vendor row, if you will, which is kind of the main drag that leads straight out to the flight line. And at the end of it was I think was it a Globemaster or was it a Starlifter? It was a huge military transport that was down at the end. But there was everything you could imagine was right there, and I know that was premium location because they had DA aircraft, Diamond Aviation aircraft that were mounted up on poles, huge full-scale airplanes mounted on poles. Hey, did you notice how all those guys were making fun of us because we called it full scale?
Full scale.
Yeah,
They were all laughing. All these pilots were like, "Oh, that's full scale." I'm like, well, we got to differentiate between RC somehow.
Everyone I told about Oskosh thought I was talking about an RC show until I kept saying full scale.
Yeah, you got to say like 1-to-1 or some weird thing to make people understand. But to them, an airplane's an airplane. To us, it's RC or full scale, right?
Because I mean, an airplane is our planes are airplanes. They're real planes. Our RC ones.
We did an interview with Ben Rose, who was what did he say, 18-year-old Pitts pilot, owned his own Pitts. I think he was 18. But that dang Pitts looked about the same size as planes I've seen ride on the grass at Joe Knoll.
Oh, that Pitts was smaller than Bill Hempel's Cubs.
Yeah, it really was.
The triplane, for sure.
Yeah. You did an interview also with the equivalent of a who was that girl that was the equivalent of like a Red Bull girl or something? She was like throwing
Patty Wagstaff?
Yeah, she was like, "Who wants oil?" And guys would be like, "I need oil for my crankcase." And she was like, it was really quite strange.
The two highlights for me were hanging out with Patty Wagstaff while I was sitting in the 330LX RCGroups plane, which there's a picture of on RCGroups Hemfly, John.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah, that's Patty Wagstaff. I've been a fan of hers forever. And then I have another story I'll tell later.
Oh, yeah, we got to save some. Are we saving some of this for next week?
No, because Jason Cole's sitting right here.
So I remember probably this was easily the most awesome, the best air show I've ever been to in my entire life, and I can't wait. Hopefully we'll get to go again next year. I don't know. But I remember when we were down on the north end, when we came around from the Warbird section. I keep calling it Warbird Alley, but it was something else. Fighter Town.
Fighter Town.
So we came around to the corner of the of the field, and they started the air show. And they took all these planes, started taking off. And I'm not kidding. There were 50-plus aircraft in the sky. Every single section you looked in the sky, there was something going on.
Pictures of that and Matt's thing, and also in Jason's video. But Fighter Town, not to gloss over that. You walked in and it was a pasture of P-51, P-40s. Everything was sitting there. And then we just happened to roll up when they were rolling the P-40s and all the World War II planes out of this field. Pilots are getting in. They're firing up the motors, and they're all putting out of this field to go take off. That was so cool.
And I liked how they were, the people, they were starting these engines, and there were all these people that were keeping you back, and they had their sticks and their whistles and their badges and their green jackets. And there was like people that looked like they were playing Pokemon Go. They were like walking through, and the guys would blow the whistle. Get out of the way! There's warbirds starting up, stupid. They didn't say that. They might as well have. And some people were like, "What? I'm just trying to walk through here. I don't care about a propeller. What are you talking about?"
I couldn't believe that they let us stay in the area while these big warbirds were rolling away.
Yeah,
man. The smell of that 100 low lead's pretty good, although it's pretty deadly.
By the way, since we're talking about this, I'm going to pull the video up so you can see it. Oskosh Fighter Town. Here it is. Okay, and now I'm going to share my screen. You must watch this. If you're live, don't leave, because this is mind-blowing, and this doesn't happen every day. Here we go. We're hot. So this is just me standing with my phone. So I'm going to turn here, and here are the birds that are about to fire up. And I hear one. So that
P-40.
That used to be, man, the Flying Tigers. I read the books. I was a big fan of the Flying Tigers. And then let's fire it up and get one closer to us. All right. So they're just everywhere. Old Crow is sitting over there.
So we found that for run and gun video like this, if we want to go live, we do it on our phone. You can't use a dedicated video camera without having a bunch of extra gear.
Oh, by the way, that's happening over our heads.
Yeah, this is going on all over the place around us.
That was phenomenal. And I was like, what a simple maneuver. Follow the smoke. And so then these things are just firing up. This is Oshkosh. Over there, there's people parachuting in with the American flag. These guys are flying in a circle, and then right in front of me, I have warbirds cranking up.
Yeah, Spitfire going up.
I feel like it's overwhelming if you go.
Totally. The most
first
overwhelming
moment.
experience.
And that's how close they let us get. I mean, we could have yelled at the guy.
You get, Jason, it's like you cannot, under any circumstance, cover that show in one day. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I had 3 teams, 3 golf carts.
And then we decided, hey, let's, like, toward the end of day 2, we were all exhausted. We're like, let's just ride on the tram. So the tram is like some Disney World open seating gondolas where they literally pull you. There they are. Pause it right. Go back for a second, Jim.
There's an 810 by the damn way.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the picture of that tram. They're pulling them around with John Deeres, and it's like these gondolas or these things anyway.
Sorry, I'll find it.
You can get a tour of the entire facility by riding on this tram, and apparently you can never get off. It's like if you don't want to, you can just sit there all day.
Next,
it may force you off.
If I ever go again, I'm just going to get a camera and a video camera and get on a tram. Look how low those guys are.
So this is the north. This is the far north end of it, and goes about a mile south from where we are.
Oh,
there's Jason. Chair
Chairpack.
The best idea of the whole show was
I was ready to extract Jason's teeth for him because he would rub it in my face and say, "Hey, there's Chairpack. Oh, just this is a great time for my Chairpack."
What was the RC section like at this event?
It was really good.
Hold on, I'll show you.
We went and saw Alpha at Motion RC. He had a nice setup there. We saw.
They had an entire building dedicated to kind of like a drone pavilion place.
Yeah, so they had all the inside stuff with all the setups that you would normally see at a fly-in and stuff like that. Then there was this, which is a multi-GP race out there at a different flight line that's about a quarter mile from the main flight line.
Chris from Multi-GP could not be a nicer guy.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a cool cat, isn't he?
And I will say, we didn't talk about this before, but I had, how I've talked about before having a theory that wing FPV racing is more exciting for spectators than quadcopter racing. So at this event, they had this big setup. You can see here we had a course out there. They had monitors showing displays and speaker system and all this stuff. And then just to the left of where these guys were was fixed wing, just line of sight flying, just people flying regular airplanes and stuff. And when it initially got started, there was a pretty good crowd over by the racing, but as soon as the racing started, it was the most boring thing in the world for people to watch, and they all went down to the fixed wing line of sight flying. And I just think it just proves that point that quadcopter racing is not a great spectator sport, and I think wing FPV racing could dominate that and become the primary hot thing because it is so much more fun to watch, and they're so much faster, and the action is tighter, and nobody crashes out on the first lap, and it's just better. That's just my opinion. Cool. And those are the glyphs, by the way.
Oh yeah, look at those. What are those called?
Geordie LaForge glyphs.
They're $600, and they project onto your eye. So let me talk about that for a second.
720p.
My thing is, with my eyes, I always need magnifiers, and a lot of the new ones don't have it or move or anything like that. These did not. I didn't need it. Everything. I remember not thinking, "Oh, I can't see it." It must have been in focus. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, they do have diopters, so you can adjust the lens to line it up on your eyeballs perfectly. But that's all you need to do.
Look, pretty cool.
I want them. I might pay money for them.
The interesting thing is that we, up until this point, it was always about, okay, you can't have any light intrusion. Oh, these goggles are great, but I can see light behind them, and everyone would complain. These don't matter. It can be as bright as you want, but since it's projecting onto your eyeballs, it doesn't cut your vision at all.
And you can look down at your transmitter while you're FPVing, which is pretty cool, and wear a cowboy hat.
Hey, they don't get your face as hot. That's the other thing in the summer, like with the goggles on your forehead and around your face and stuff, you start sweating and get everything wet.
Look at that thing. I want that. That's sexy.
Heck yeah, he's got two two little patches on there and a pair of circular polarized omnis.
And he keeps cheese on there for when he's hungry. Little blue things of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
They do look like baby bells, don't they?
Let me talk real close.
Baby bells are red, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Good call, Jason Cohen.
Can't let you get away with the important things like that.
No, I know.
That's what makes you.
I'm fully convinced, Jason Cole, that you're going to get some sort of cease and desist letter from the Quad Racing Pilots Association of America. They're like, go ahead and stop already.
I think it's awesome. I mean, it's a lot of fun to fly the quads, but I just think as a spectator sport,
you're right. You're right. Always
cool.
You're not the first person to say that too, man. They all think the same thing. If you can effectively put each signal up on a big screen TV for someone to see up close, then you've done the right thing. Yeah. But you can't see it. All you do is hear them, and it's the quads that are covered with the most LEDs that are easily seeable. Everything else you just, and especially if they end up putting like at Ready Made RC FPV Fest, the flight line would be on one side of the runway, the racetrack would be on the other side of the runway out in the grass, and it was like 60 feet away from it, so it was difficult to see even what was going on.
Okay, I have a story. This is one of my favorite things. As anyone who's traveled with me, Jason, Matt, the old Hobby Lobby crew, they know that I'm always engaging waitresses and cashiers in an effort to make them laugh. And Jason can tell you I'm pretty highly expert at this. I can do it in a drive-through window in one sentence sometimes.
Drive-through.
So I don't think we got this on video. Matt Gunn, where's your picture?
I need to tell this story.
Okay.
You tell. Do you want to tell the story?
I'll lead up to it, and then what I want you to do is find that picture.
Oh, I got it. I'm pulling it up right now, buddy.
Okay, I'll let this play. So we're watching the big. I've never seen jets like this so close, and they don't look close in this video, but they're so fast that they could literally come right up behind you. You'd never know it, and then when they went by, it'd rip your head off. So these guys are screaming down the runway, and then just. So at one point,
what it sounds like.
At one point, let me see if I can get a better shot here. Maybe not. We were way off on the end of the runway. And there were very few of us. And so they were coming in for a landing, and I said, I think they're going to drive right in front of us. And they did. They're coming right at us. And
canopy up.
Let me take over from here, man. All right. Do you mind? Is that all right?
No, that's you probably better on this part.
No, okay. So Jim and I are standing next to each other. Let me share screen. You got to see this guy.
Wait, don't reveal the shot until after you tell it.
Oh, I'm not. Okay, so here we go, full screen on Matt Gunn. There we go. So here we are. So this is the plane that was making the passes in front of us, right?
Which just came out of active combat. They literally flew into the shell.
Yeah, this is a FA-18 Super Hornet. So this is a 600+ mile-an-hour pass right here. Where look at that, where it's just starting to compress the air off the back, just subsonic, not supersonic, but it's pretty close.
So fast that you could hardly keep it in your camera, or I could. It'd be like I got it, boom, and it was gone.
Yeah. So the F-18, the driver here is she obviously is a female, and the Rio in the back there is the guy, and then they land right here. They come again. They make this awesome pass, wide open. And then here's the pass here. They come right by us. Then they land. Okay? Here she is. No, that's not gear down. So at some point, they pass us. They have their cockpit up like that. Jim sticks it. He's got
I said I want wave shots. I want them waving. Everybody wave. So we're waving frantically.
His leg out and starts shaking his leg.
Wait. Well, I couldn't personally wave, so I had the camera in my face. So I start wagging my leg in the air.
Yeah. And then I look and I zoom in, and she's looking at Jim laughing, and the Rio is in the back here going, "Look at this guy shaking his leg at you." And then check her out. Then look at her. She's cracking up at Jim. So, Jim, you got F-18 driver to laugh to. This is your ultimate waitress story, you say?
Yeah, I got an ISIS fighter to laugh at me.
Yeah. So you got her attention. She's driving by. There's 100,000 people and you're the guy shaking your leg at her. And look at her cracking up, man. I mean, this is a big-time zoom lens, so I'm zoomed in all the way. And this guy in the back seat's going, look at this clown with the cowboy hat on. He's trying to get your attention. And she's like, oh, my God, he's so cute.
Yeah, we went out later. She was real sweet. No, we did not.
She arm wrestled you and beat you.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's our fun story, I guess.
It was just mind-blowing. If you ever get a chance, go and wear your walking shoes, my friend, because by, day 2, we were just like, holy cow.
Yeah, my dogs were barking, man. I had walking shoes and Dr. Scholl's on. Didn't matter.
Oh, wow.
My combat boots came in handy.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
It must have been hot out there.
It was pretty warm.
No, the first day we were cold.
Really?
Right. I was wanting a jacket.
It was in the 70s.
And then it rained, and then it was in the upper 60s and wet and windy, and then I end up buying this freaking overpriced Army surplus foul weather jacket thinking I would need it, and then the sun broke out, and it was like 90 degrees. So that was a waste of money.
Harrison Ford was there. I was telling a lady we run with, and she's like, Harrison Ford? Yeah, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford? I'm like, yeah, the actor, Harrison Ford.
The one that crashed on the golf course. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
And lived.
And he had a de Havilland Beaver. Green.
Oh, he brought one. How do they facilitate, like, if you want to, can you take off and fly off if you want during the week, or once you park your plane there?
There's multiple air runways, and yeah, if you want to go up, tour around, and land, you just got to get in line because there's 50 planes in front of you at any given time. There's like 25 avgas trucks running around fueling.
Oh, wow.
It is a logistical nightmare for taxiing. I can only imagine. And the tower, I was reading the Wikipedia about this. During Oshkosh, it is the most busy tower in the entire world for that week.
I can just imagine what the ATC, like if you get one of those ATC radios, what it will sound like. Just continuous.
They let you listen. Yeah, they had signs that say tune into 102 whatever for or 112 or to listen to it as it's happening. Because so what they do is they have the tower, right? And then they have a sort of an air boss tower that's out on the run next to the runway. That's basically a wooden stand, elevated deck, and then all of the air boss and a second set of ATC for takeoff, taxiing, and departures and landings. They're out there as well. So there's two teams working together, one in the tower, and it's a huge tower. Looks like an international airport tower. And then the other one is the guys out on the runway standing there doing the same thing. So it was a coordinated effort, and it was definitely needed with the amount of air traffic. Totally cool.
Oh, wow. Seems like a really, really fun event.
It was, man.
I'm looking for, one second here. I'm looking for the photo of the RCGroups Flying Giants plane and Patty Wagstaff.
Did you guys ever get a chance to fly in a full size while you were there?
No.
Not this year.
Cost too much.
So this is Jim Burke. Jim Burke on the right is the founder of RCGroups, 1996. This is his pretty new 330 LX Extra, and that is the world-famous pink, purple-haired Patty Wagstaff shaking my hand. And then here's a shot Matt took. Pretty awesome. Ooh. So they were they would have strafing runs, and then they would have pyrotechnics on the ground that would mimic bombs or machine gun fire. And then these guys would fly around or through the smoke, which was pretty cool.
It was intense. That heat from those explosions was something else, man.
Look at Matt Gunn smiling like a cat.
Yeah, buddy. That is an airplane I've seen on the internet 100 times. Finally got to see it, and I was like, yes.
And the airplane behind the canopy there, that's Patty Wagstaff's plane. That's why she was hanging out in that area.
Yeah, it just rained in that photo, so the ground was soaking wet. And Jim Burke says, hey, why don't you climb on in? I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, just step on the seat, step on the wing, step on the seat. I step on the seat. There's grass and wet all on him. He doesn't care. That was his face right there the whole time. He was totally cool. He was like, all right.
All right. Now, I doubt that Patty Wagstaff watches this podcast, but I heard that she used to be wild back in the day at Oskosh.
We'll leave that one up to you to tell that story.
I'm going to look it up. That's all I heard.
What forum is going to publish that?
Oh, no, we're not going to publish anything. I'm just saying.
No. I mean, where are you going to find this info?
I guarantee the internet will tell me. The internet tells me everything.
Yeah.
The internet doesn't lie. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we've done our deal. We've talked about airplanes. We've had an awesome special guest, Jason, and we've got Sick Face Jason with us. So before we get out of here, is there
We've also got Chubby Cheek Jason with us.
Wait, hold on. Let's present that.
There you go.
This might be inappropriate.
Jason, I love your courtesy laugh you're giving me right now.
My mama's chubby. My daddy's chubby. My uncle's chubby.
I'd like to go take some medicine in a minute.
I got some guys.
Man, we heard a lot of that.
You have a lovely wife, Jason, to take care of you in such a state of mind.
She was awesome yesterday, yeah.
I really hoped you were going to wake up and not realize that was your wife and get excited about it like that. There's one guy did that. He woke up and said, "Who are you? You're my wife?" I did really good.
I want to see that one because I'm sure she was quite flattered.
That's funny.
Yeah, and talk about coming straight from the heart.
Yeah, man. That's exactly it. Like, you're hot.
Yeah, that's what he said. Look it up. Well, everyone, thanks for hanging out with us on Thursday. We did not think Jason Cole was going to join, so thanks for stepping in after they've yanked things out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Gunn.
Yeah, Maticus
Gunnicus, always on the roll. And Jason in South Africa, pretty swanky, man.
Yeah. What time is it there, brother?
It is 10:13.
How old are you now, Jason?
14.
14 years old. Holy cow. You got 3 lifetimes in front of you, man.
3 lifetimes.
I'm not joking either.
Lived.
You're in the middle of one right now. Then you're going to get one before you get married. Then you're going to get married, and that'll be a whole nother lifetime. And then after your kids grow up, and then you retire, it's a whole different lifetime.
God, you totally speak the truth right now because I'm on lifetime number 3, which is I'm going through them all. Jim, you're one step ahead of me, man.
The bad news after the kids grow up in retirement is the next one, you're dead. So enjoy these.
Sorry, last thing of airplane full scale while we're talking Oshkosh and all that. So so we're driving to this full scale airport, and I mean it's a pretty busy airport. And so we drive in. There's one security. I mean, this is the most relaxed airport you've ever been to. This is one security guard. He asks, "Are you supposed to be here?" So we said yes, and he lets us in. So now you know if you ever need to go in, just say yes and you're in. So anyway, so we get to this Yak 55, and it was this one guy's birthday party, and there's these group of guys there, and it was amazing because this one guy. They're like, hey, you want to fly to this other? Hey, you want to fly my Yak? And he's never flown a Yak before. He's only flown. He's like, sure, I'll go in it. I mean, it was ridiculous. People just share their planes. Hey, you want to hop in this plane? Yeah, let's go for it. And I was if you can imagine just the starting of a Yak 55, that engine, you're standing 10 feet away from it. It's the most unsafe thing possible. And you're laying down. You're standing right. I was standing right next to the runway because there's this SBOC and this extra, and they were going to do this little flight thing. These guys have never flown in this plane before. Maybe 10 minutes before this, hop in the plane. You can feel the rumble of that 300 horsepower Yak engine, and I mean, it's crazy. This thing takes off. He goes around, he's, seeing the airplane, just going around, nice pattern. Next thing you know, he's coming over the runway 20 feet high, or at least it seemed like that. It was more like probably 100. Pulls this knife edge. Just remember, he's never flown this plane before. Pulls a straight knife edge, goes up completely right dead down the runway, pulls it up. And I mean, the FAA would not be happy with this. And it was I mean, just imagine the sounds and just what I spoke to the guy who owned the plane. I said, and you're just okay with it? He's like, yeah, if he goes, it doesn't matter. And I was thinking, oh my gosh. And just the sound of that yak doing a knife edge coming full throttle down that runway. One, you're thinking, oh my God, this guy's crazy. He's had a few before, but you know, he's good to fly. And so it's just ridiculous, that sound. So that's how South African birthdays work.
That's like every plane Jim Burke has ever owned that you listed right there. So there's the
Russian Thunder.
The Jim Burke Yak 54.
This is a popular motif right here. This Jim in the cockpit, the other Jim looking.
Jim had a S-Bach too.
Really? It was really weird. It was like this really new S-Bach and then this old Yak 55, and you just see like the new and the old. And you're standing right next to these planes. I mean, with the engines on. I mean, I was standing on the runway getting pictures of them, and you know, these are the things that will never happen in America. I mean, getting right on the runway of like a busy airport.
Right.
You know, getting that picture and the smoke startup with the smoke that comes out of the exhaust. It's just one of those things that's hard to explain, but it's just if you're an airplane guy, you just understand it. So that's Africa right there.
When are you heading back to the States?
3 weeks. 3 weeks, then I get to go to normal life.
Are you out of school right now, or how's that working?
Yeah, it's summer.
Well, everybody went back to school this week, so I was curious.
Yeah, you missed
they did?
Yeah.
Sorry, man, you're held back a grade.
I guess it has to be.
You'll rock it. You'll rock it again.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging out with us. Jason, what's the next show? Do you know where you're going to be next in the RC world of traveling?
Me, Jason?
Yes.
All right. Just want to clarify. Right now, I'm doing a few competitions, but no major events. I don't even know if there are very many major events coming up. No, I'll be doing some competitions when I get back in September and October. So I'll be doing those, and then I just recently started getting into quad FPV racing. So I want to try and So that's a new experience. But no huge events right now, just competitions and stuff.
I'll start calling you JC, and that way I can differentiate you from Jason Cole.
JC?
Yeah.
All right.
So JC,
he doesn't like it.
JC?
I
mean Jason Cole?
Yes, sir.
Get better. Thanks for taking one for the team and coming in here today. I didn't think we'd see you.
Yeah, I figured I could make it.
He probably wasn't going to go on. He just asked me if there was one going on. I just threw the link at him and said, hurry up.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, Friday's coming, and we hope everyone has a great weekend and a great next week, and we'll see you again Thursday on the RC Groups Hangout. Thank all of you for taking your time to talk to me, and thanks for all the users out there that are watching and will watch in the future.
All right.
I'm Jim T. Graham with RC Groups. Everybody say goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
And hot trigger!
Oh, where is it? They're almost there. Hit it.
Hit the button.
I need some more hot triggers.
Hot trigger.
Hot trigger! Hold on, I'm going to present Jason, and then we're going to end on this. I want you to say, I gotta go.
Gagas.